Okay, here it is a couple days later, and I've got my 30 blueberry bushes in the back of the gator here, and it's sprinkling right now, so I'm going to get them planted. I don't have to worry too much about watering them in because that'll be taken care of by Mother Nature. So I'm going to get these things planted. I got blue crop, chandler, and darrow, so I'm just going to pick a row. Let's see, we'll put the blue crops on this row, the chandlers in the middle, and the darrows on the end. Now they are going dormant, so they're losing their leaves, which is not a bad thing because it won't be as much of a shock to them anyways. Let's see, I got one blue crop, one chandler, and two darrows. Now I'm going to plant them about 7 feet apart, and that should give me pretty good spacing for when they become mature plants. They'll be kind of close together. Now I thoroughly intend to be soaking wet by the time I finish this. Even though it's a very light rain, it's constant all day. Now these are 2-year-old plants, so they should, I probably won't let them fruit next year. But I'll get them in the ground, pinch off any blooms that happen, and hopefully the year after I'll get a decent crop anyways. Maybe not a full one. All right, now one of the things I am going to do is I picked up some of this premium garden mix. It's ProMix. I'm going to mix a little bit of this in with each one of the plants. It contains Canadian sphagnum peat moss, 60 to 70% peat humus, limestone for pH adjustment, controlled release fertilizer, and the Mycorrhizae or whatever, the fungus that the plants need to establish roots and communicate and all that good stuff. So we're going to mix a little bit of this in with each one. They said I should be able to get maybe 6 to 8 plants out of each bag. I picked up 5 bags of this, and the sphagnum peat moss will definitely help maintain the acidity in the soil. Like I said, it's pretty decent as far as acidity goes over here. I did mix just a little bit of what's that yellow stuff, sulfur, into the soil to help bring the acidity up, down, the pH down, the acidity up. So I'm going to start planting, and like I said, I think I'm going to space these 7 feet apart. I was going to do 8, but 7 sounds good. It won't make that much of a difference. And I'm going to start about 5 feet from the top there and put my first plant, and then go 7 feet from each one of those. Get a couple good scoops of it out. Mix it in there a little bit. Yeah, there's still some clay in there. Hopefully this will help break that clay up some. Definitely lots of roots in there. Now I've got plenty more of the wood chips, so I'll sprinkle a little bit around here, and then I'll go get more later on and build it up a little bit more. All right, I just got to repeat it 29 more times. All right, I'm going to give it a break for a little bit. It's starting to rain a little bit harder, and it's pretty steady, so we'll see if it calms down some. Then I'll come out here and finish it. I got the first row all but one planted, and I ran out of the potting mix, or the soil, the garden soil for it, so I've got more in the back of the gator here. That bag's empty, and I'm getting soaking wet, so I'm going to take a break. Okay, the rain has finally let up enough for me to get out here and finish this, so I'm going to try to get this done before it comes again, because it is coming again. Okay, I've got all my blueberry bushes planted. I have, let's see, what do I got on this side? Blue crop, chandlers, and darrows. So I've got 10 plants of each one. I got a little bit of dirt work to do to get everything fixed back up a little bit. As I'm crawling around in there, I kind of tore things up a little bit. I disked or plowed or tilled the soil up here the week before, amended a little bit a couple days ago, and then sprinkled the mulch on top of there, and then it was time to go ahead and plant. I really would have liked to have waited, you know, maybe till spring, but since I don't have a time machine, I can't go back and do it any sooner. The best time to do it is right now. So I've got them all in there. I got the dirt packed around. I do have it amended with some of the garden soil that they sold me, and hopefully that does what it's supposed to do. These are pretty good sized plants. They're 2 years old. Like I said, I'll probably pinch off the blooms next year and then let them just work on establishing their roots. The soil here is not the best. It is pretty acidic, which is what blueberries like, so hopefully they'll be able to do well. I'll keep an eye on things, keep an eye on the plants, see what they need, see if I can tell what they need, and then amend it as necessary. Maybe a little bit of fertilizer in the spring, something with a little nitrogen, because the wood chips that I got in here, although I didn't really want to incorporate it into the soil, where I'm planting at, it happened anyways. Now what that'll do is as that wood chips get down in there and the microbes start breaking it down, they'll start tying up some of that nitrogen and using it for their process. And I don't want too much of that to happen, because the plants want some nitrogen so they can grow the greenery, the branches and the leaves and everything. So I need them to get some nitrogen in there. Once that happens and they establish some good roots, hopefully they'll start growing, producing new canes and leaves and everything, and start getting really big. All of these are a high bush variety. They are supposed to get 6 to 8 feet tall, hopefully. The next thing I want to do is I'll probably plow up one more row, or till up one more row over here in the same vertical run on the hill here. And then I don't think I'm going to plant anything there, maybe not until next year, in the spring or something like that. But I want to start getting my posts in the ground here pretty soon so that I can get my bird netting up. I'll put posts in the ground, cables across the top of it, and then spread the netting over there. I already have the netting. It's 50 feet wide and 100 feet long. These rows are 80 feet. They're 10 feet apart. So right now, these two, the outside rows, are 20 feet apart. One more row will give me 30 feet, and then 10 on the sides there, I'm hoping, with the netting. And that should give me a nice big canopy to keep the birds out. Hopefully the deer, they may be coming by and nibbling on some of these, because they are pretty inquisitive. They like to see what's going on, and there's plenty of them out here. I will have to do a little work to fix up the dirt here and then put some more mulch on there, because I need that to suppress the weeds, and I need a good thick layer of it, and I need it to hold the moisture in. Right now there's plenty of moisture in there. It's rained most of the day. I actually had to take a break because I was getting soaked. Now it's It's not really warmed up, but after doing all the planting there, I'm warmed up some. And it's time to just let them sit and see what they do. Anyways, if you could reach up here and hit this button and check out some of my other videos, hit this one down here to subscribe, and in a few months we'll see the results of what's going on here. Maybe a couple updates here and there. Thanks for watching Homestead, Ohio.